Hey guys, today our team wanted to go over three main concepts to start an award-winning VexIQ notebook. Our first concept is about diagrams and pictures and how they make your journal better. Our second concept is about how to make your notebook unique so you can stand apart from other teams. And our third concept is about what the judges are looking for so you can win a design or excellence award. To start off, I want to show you some photos of our journal. As you can see, we used photos to show what we were talking about and to show a problem we were having. In general, you want to use pictures to show something indefinite or something that isn't very exact. Now, when you look at our diagram, you can see it's much more precise. This is better to show how you built something and the exact way you did it. You could do this with photos, but with diagrams you can get much clearer and more precise images. You can also see that we have lots of labels just to be sure. Since not all judges are professionals in robotics, you want to be clear and concise so you can understand it fully. Now, onto our second concept, which is making your journal unique. One way our team does this is by putting lots of work into something like the table of contents and other small things. Some teams might just skip over something like this, thinking it's not important or it's a waste of time, but if you go the extra step, the judges will most likely notice and it could help you win the design award or even excellence. Now, the final point, which I believe is the most important, is exactly what the judges are looking for in your engineering notebook. Now, on the screen is the 2019 Judges Guide PDF, which gives an exact criteria for what they want. As you can see, it shows the process for the design award and some of the key criteria that the notebook needs. Some of the key criteria that shows is that the notebook must be submitted, which is obvious, and the notebook must be clear and concise. This means that for maybe a paragraph or so in the notebook, you want to stay on one topic at a time. So in a few sentences, you don't want to jump around all over the place and talk about different topics. You want to stay on one topic at a time. This will help your journal be more clear and seem more professional. If you scroll down some, you'll also see that the outstanding engineering notebooks should contain the table of contents, like I discussed earlier, and most of the other stuff, which is things like signed by a student, which is obvious, like the other things, but there are a few things I want to point out, such as project management details, including their use of personal, financial, and time resources. This could include having to rush and build something because you had a tournament coming up and the robot's not finished, or writing down how you had to use a different design because your school could only afford a certain number or amount of parts for each team. Another thing is a description of programming concepts, improvements, and modifications. A lot of people forget to add things about programming, but every time you practice, you should ask your programmer or programmers about different things that are going on with the code. Now, for the final thing the judges want is that it shows that your team is organized by the judges into two different groups depending on how much effort your team put into the journal. The first group is intermediate, which means that there is little detail, not many drawings or pictures, and not a complete record of the design process. The second group is the fully developed group, which means that the notebooks have lots of details, including test and test results, and including solutions the team had. If you want your team the best it can be, you should aim to be in the second category, since it allows you to be viable to win Design Award, which means you can win the Excellence Award, which all teams want to win. This video was short, but if you found any of this information useful or important, please like and subscribe, and make sure to share it with your team or friends in robotics.